Where are you going?
Until I get my first $100 on the YouTube monetization, it just stays in an account. You
Okay.
can't withdraw until it's
That's
like 100.
fine.
PayPal goes to PayPal,
Right.
and then I can, when I want, switch it to Wood Forest, and then Patreon goes straight to Wood Forest
Oh, does
every
it?
month. Yeah,
Because it didn't last month.
I'll have to check that. I have to check that.
I'm not saying it's like a big deal. I'm just saying. Because I'm going to start moving it from Wood Forest to.
It's pretty cool. When I get back Thursday, we'll look at it and we'll set it automatically to whatever account you want.
Yeah, your PayPal and your
Because it would make sense to keep
Patreon.
that all separate.
Well, that's what I'm trying to do. And then I'm also putting money in that account. Not a lot. I think it's got like $100 in it.
There's a lot of moisture, there's a lot of wetness.
But when I get paid, it'll have, you know.
Oh, we're live. Hey.
Oh, how long has that been going on?
I don't know. I have 5 people. I'll be right back. In fact, I'll just start now. Hey, love. I love you.
I love you.
We'll see you soon.
Yep.
I'm on my way to work. There I am. Yeah, I'm achieve my goal. I could mobile live stream. So what I'm doing is I'm on my way to work, and I just wanted to test it out for 2 things. One, Court, can you shut this door? My hands are full. I'm really sorry. Okay. One, to make sure that it actually works, which I can tell from audience it actually works. So, if it screws up like when I'm on my outside of my house, because right now it's just through my internet connection at home. So I want to make sure that if I'm at a rally or something, that it'll be able to work, which is the plan. So I figure I'll drive to work. Now I might hit a dead spot because I live in rural Pennsylvania and sometimes there's dead spots, but yeah, just bear with me. This isn't going to be something like if you don't want to just tune into nonsense, I'm not doing much here and it's only going to be 15, 20 minutes. But I might as well ramble about politics while I'm doing it. Safe driving as always, so seatbelt. So yeah, again, this is just a test to make sure that this stuff will work. So if you don't want to stick around for this, I don't blame you at all. But yeah, for those of you who know, my goal all along was to get to 1,000 subscribers so I could mobile live stream because I do a lot of stuff with the Republican Party and I think it'd be nice. I'm trying to convince the Republican Party the importance of things like YouTube, social media to reach different audiences. So I think it'd be great if while I'm there I could say, hey, look, there are 40 people, you know, briefly tuning in about what we're talking about in our rally here today. Or I could interview people that are running for office and things like that. Or once I'm running for office, I could bring and mobily record and stream as I'm giving speeches and stuff like that. So that was my goal. I'm less concerned with the actual getting money, but the fact that I can mobile live stream is fantastic. Now, one of the first pieces of equipment that I'm trying to get, I'll hold this up here for now while my heat's defrosting. One of the first pieces of equipment I'm trying to get is a microphone that plugs into the bottom of my iPhone, my charging port, that's supposedly awesome quality, so. Oh, I could see the chat, but just one at a time. So once I got out of the house, it was actually in my pocket. I was gonna start it once I was in the car and I must have accidentally hit start. So luckily me and my wife weren't saying anything inappropriate, but yeah, I start work at 10 o'clock, but I'm the type of person that likes to be early all the time, so I'm just letting the car defrost here. So, yeah, that's the intent, though, with the mobile live streaming. So thank you all that are sticking around just to make sure that it works or something. So I thought while I was in the car, I didn't know what I would talk about actual message-wise, but I'm just going to rant. And then when I get later tonight, when I'm done with all my work and I'm clocked out tonight, I'll go back and watch this video, see how the quality was, make sure that you all could hear me and things like that. So is the sound all right? It might be, if you hear noise, it's probably the defroster working in my car, but hopefully you all could hear me all right and see me okay. We'll check on that. I saw a Preacher you ranted. It was a darn good rant. So I thought that maybe I was going to talk about the importance of, what did I title this? About the importance of independent content creation. Is that what I talked about? Yeah, you're right, 223. They're not going to do anything about the liars and leakers, in my opinion. Maybe there's a 10% chance they do something, but I don't know. I'm just not naive enough to buy kind of the ridiculous argument that they're selling. We're always told, just one more thing. If the Durham report ends and nothing's done, they'll say, oh, that's all right. Yeah, it's dark because I could do this, but I'm not going to drive like that. Normally, I won't be driving when I'm doing a live stream. The way back in the day, when I first started YouTube, they actually allowed you to mobile live stream. If you go back and look, my most watched video ever was a live stream immediately after the Christchurch shooting. And I was in my car on my way to work, and I just turned it on. I didn't read the chat or anything because I was driving, but I just turned it on and ranted. But then shortly after that, YouTube changed their rules that you needed 1,000 subscribers in order to mobile live stream. Also, if you're watching this, if you can go subscribe to my D Live account. So one of the things is I just was monetized, and it already says that I'm limited because of my content being not ad friendly. Which I guess because I talk about politics. I don't know. I know that almost everyone I know gets the same message on their content. So I don't know if it's just right-wingers that get that, if left-wing people are getting that as well, if it's everyone political, or if it's just my message is political. If I'd make a case for why I should not be limited, I am extremely vocal about being anti-violence. I'm extremely vocal about wanting to bridge gaps, to talk to people of all different backgrounds on the channel. I'm not someone who's overly vulgar or, particularly hostile to individuals. Now, I get angry and upset about corruption, but, who shouldn't? So the fact, I don't know, I guess you all could judge for yourself. I didn't think I did anything that would be controversial to being limited on YouTube, but I knew I would be because that's what YouTube does. Cruising for chicks, I wish. Cruising to work, more likely. Just testing out the mobile live stream capabilities. So there's a chance I'll lose you all as I'm on my way to work. And once I get to work, I'll obviously shut down. Maybe I'll do a live stream later tonight. Who knows? Hopefully I have all my equipment. Now, the Patriot Hour live stream panel is going to be on my channel tomorrow night at 10. So be sure to tune in for that, if nothing else. I think that'll be a great time. I always wanted one of my favorite YouTube types of video is the people that have the dash cam and the crazy road rage incidents. So there's a chance maybe you guys can see me getting a crazy road rage incident on the way to work here. Now, word of warning, I have no idea how good I'm leaving my house now. So I'm going to be losing my home's internet connection, and it'll be transitioning to my cell phone's connection. So that's part of what this test is about. So if it's crappy quality, please forgive me, but I trust I got the best fans, and you guys have always been there to help me with technical issues, so that's what I figured. What the heck, some of my fans on here will tell me. Obviously, it's dark. I'm not going to put a light on because it'd be difficult for me to see and drive, and I'm normally not going to be live streaming while driving, so safety first, obviously. So yeah, I wanted to talk about the importance of independent content. So it's something I talk about often, but I think it's worth talking about just as I reach this milestone of being able to mobile live stream. Like I said, I'm trying to encourage the Republicans to understand newer technology and the importance for it in reaching more people and more audiences. I don't think the majority of the Republicans I meet in real life realize the severity of how behind the eight ball they are if they allow the Democrats to control operations like YouTube, Google, Twitter, and all of that stuff, and the problems that will come along with it. Because, like Robert Einstein, a professor, said who testified in front of Congress, Google itself has the potential to switch millions of votes. I could barely see you guys chat, so I apologize if I'm missing it. But again, this is just a test. So that's one of the reasons that I wanted to get to 1,000 subscribers, to be able to mobile live stream. So when I go to these events, if I could literally bring up all of you on this mobile live stream and say, look, you have an audience, we're at a dinner party with 30 people right now discussing the importance of conservative principles, how to help Donald Trump. But I could instantly bring up my live stream and have 40, 50 people additionally watching. And if my channel grows, maybe even more than that. Our goal should be to try to reach as many people as possible and to show them that we're transparent, we're fun, we're open, we are willing to accept different ideas, we're for the First Amendment. This new technology can help do all of that. And so that's, if they understand that, I think they'll start to get an understanding of how dangerous it is to allow these institutions to be controlled by the establishment. So that was the importance of independent content. One, it's because it allows the people, the good people in government, and the same could be true if you're on the left, or maybe you're an independent, or you're libertarian, or something like that. The same would be true. You need to understand the importance of taking away the gatekeeping of information by the establishment. The other thing is, whether you're on the right or left or whatever, independent content creating should be preferable to any, I'm going to say, wanting to do videos and things like that. By the way, you hear that sound? I need a wheel bearing. Ugh. Always broke. But some people may do it for the money. Some people do it for fame or exposure or whatever. But I trust, on average, as a whole, independent content creators, regardless if they're on the left or the right, far more than any of the mainstream media. And that's because we're not beholden to a few corporations like the media is. We basically are our own bosses to an extent that we're not censored by YouTube or by Twitter or whatever. And so that allows us to at least be more authentic. And that, to me, is the most important thing about my channel. So I hope that that's coming on. Oh, there's Courtney. I'm on my way to work, Courtney. Gotta make the donuts. So that's what the message I'm trying to get across is. Look, I have now like a super chat feature. I just got it. There's ways you could donate to me on Patreon and PayPal. I'll be honest with you, like, you could do far greater things to support me than monetarily. You could get my message out there. You could share me on other channels, share me with your friends and family, things like that. But it doesn't have to be me. Maybe there's independent content creators you think do a better job than me. Support them. That's totally fine. It's not about me. Just like when I run for Congress, it's not about me. I'm just someone, I think I have a gift for speaking. I think I have a gift for telling people in an authentic way what I see that's good or bad with government and what we could all do. So that's what I do. And I love doing it. I have a blast doing it. But if you think someone does it better than me, that's great. Support them. If you think, well, I like Rob, I think he sounds good, but I'm a left-leaning person, that's great. Fine, still watch me, but, support someone on the left that's an independent content creator. That's what's important. And again, I say this all the time. I was talking to a friend of mine today, and we were talking about a list that I'll talk to you guys soon about, that I guess Ron Howard put out. And it's a list of kind of 16 things that Democrats believe and they're tired of being misrepresented. Now, I disagreed with much of this list, but me and that guy are friends. And he was like, yeah, I see your point. And I can see some of his points on things. But the point is, right, that we need to be able to talk about, one of the things I said there is, we need to understand that when it comes to the individual on the ground level, it's not worth losing relationships because someone disagrees with you politically. Maybe you're a big Trump supporter and they hate Trump. It's okay, find ways to agree. And if we could start doing that at an individual level, and we could get back control of our government from the corrupt establishment, then we can start to make our government more civil and more representative of normal Americans. And I truly believe that, yes, there is a conflict on the left versus right. And you know me, I think I defend fantastically against a lot of the policies of the left. Socialism, kind of progressivism, cult identity politics. But I think the true fight is not left versus right. The true fight is establishment versus non-establishment. And that's where independent content creating comes in. I cannot stress this enough, and I know this is a repeat from what I said today. The battle will be fought with information. It is the establishment's goal to sow division amongst us, to keep the majority of Americans ignorant of the corruption that's occurring. It is our goal not to lie, not to fight back with dirty tactics, not to even have to fight back with force. Our goal should be to inform those people of the truth, of the masses. If we succeed in informing the masses of the truth of the corruption and how their voice has been stolen from them, then we'll win. We'll win against the corruption. If the establishment wins in censoring us and keeping us from telling the truth to the masses, then they win. And so that's why I think supporting independent content creating is so important. So if you're just tuning in, this is just a test of my mobile live stream. I'll be going off in like 3 minutes here. I'm almost to work. But so far it looks good. I'm going to watch this video later tonight to make sure I didn't have any issues with my, 4G or whatever. But this, I haven't done this, so I thought it was worth checking out. So yeah, you should support me. I'm connected to a bunch of great people. American Joe, The Patriot Hour, Doug Ducote, SJG Perspective, Drone Tech, Mike Nivison did a show with us. That's the Point with Brandon. There's tons of good people out there. I'm missing a billion of them. I know I am. But, support those people. It doesn't have to be financially. If you could do it financially, that's great. Heavens knows I could use financial support with my channel. I'm still $5,000 in the hole for my run for Congress, but I digress. You support whoever you want, but like I said, getting the message out is far more important than financial donations. So, anything else? I got like 2 minutes to talk. Yeah, I'm going to be putting out videos. I got some requests, so I'm going to do a video on that list of the Democrat, Ron Howard's what it means to be a Democrat. I'm going to be putting out a video on that. I'm going to put out a video. It won't be a live stream, but it'll be a video on why young people should vote Republican, or better put, why they shouldn't vote socialist or Democrat. And I think I got a lot of good reasons. And I don't think the Republicans necessarily do a good job of reaching out to young people or inner city people. That's one of the conversations we had with the gentleman that did the live stream last night. You saw with me, Drone Tech, and SJG. David Winkler, he's running in New Jersey. He's a black man, and he talked about the importance of reaching out to the inner city, the walkaway movement. That stuff is important. Look, you yourself in real life, and again, I don't care if you're Republican, Democrat, Green Party, if you think there's a problem in the way our government's ran, the best thing you could do, and I'm saying this even to people that disagree with me, maybe you don't like Trump, the best thing you could do is treat other people with respect that you're talking to. Not Nancy Pelosi or Donald Trump or Mitt Romney. I'm not talking about, I mean the actual Republican or Democrat you're talking to. Treat them with the respect you kind of want to be treated with, unless hostilities bring you to the point where you can't do that. But don't judge people by what you've heard about them. Try to treat them like you'd want to be treated. So when it comes to these communities that traditionally don't agree with me or don't like the Republican Party, I'm not naive. I don't think that I'm going to walk into inner city Philly and be like, hey, you should all vote for me. Vote Republican. And they're going to be like, oh, okay. They're going to be like, no. But one of the things I let those people know is I'm not going away. I care about you. I care about all Americans. Maybe I only get 1 or 2 votes out of hundreds of thousands in Philly by going and talking to them. But when I come back next year and talk to them, at least they'll know, hey, this guy's serious. He cares about us. What's the alternative? What have the Republicans done? They don't really speak to these groups. They're not really in the inner city. They're not really talking to young people, So I think that we should talk to people even if they vote for us or not. If I win my campaign in 2022, one of the first things I'll do is talk to the Democrats. Not the politicians. Of course, you have to talk to them. But I mean the voters. I mean going to the county Democrat meetings and saying like, hey, I probably don't agree with you on a lot of ideas, but I want this country and our area of the world, our district, to do fantastic, and I'm willing to take your input because I understand even though you didn't vote for me, I represent you as well. Does that mean they're all going to be like, wow, this Rob's a great guy? No, they'll probably still hate me. But at least I'll be authentic, and at least they'll know the truth that I'm willing to listen to them. So, all right, I'm pulling in, so I hope this went well. Thank you guys, 15 people watching and 9 viewers. Like I said, depending on if I get my work done here tonight, I might do a video at 11 o'clock, a live stream. So we'll see how it goes. If I'm on, I'm on. If not, I'm not. But I just thank you all so much. I'll see how this mobile live stream went, and have a good one. Thanks so much. Let's see if I can figure out how to end it. End the live stream. End the live stream. No?